When you first start making YouTube videos, you watch all of these YouTubers show you their perfect setups and their amazing places. And you're probably just sat in your bedroom making videos the best you can. That was me for the last sort of 5 years. But a lot has changed in the last sort of 6 months, and I decided maybe it's time to get your own place. So, today, I'm going to be one of those YouTubers that does a studio tour. I have a new place, and we're going to have a look. Welcome to LMJ Creative. This is my new studio, and I wanted to walk you through everything that we've put in here. There are a lot of projects that we're going to be doing in this space, so it is sort of multi-purpose, but I want to show you every area, why we've designed it the way we have, and what we plan to do in it. We're shooting today on the FX30 with the f410-220 APS-C lens, and it's the first time we've used this, so, well, it's the second time we've used it because we shot this whole video already once in 8-bit. And yeah, it didn't look as good. So we're reshooting again now. Thank you, Alex, for doing it all again and holding the camera. You're doing a very good job. We're going to show you, first of all, the rubbish corner, which is not actually for rubbish, but it just doesn't look very good. This is the only corner of the office, basically, where I haven't sort of put something specific in place. But I know I will be getting some deliveries for things. We do a lot of unboxings, and I do try a lot of products, shoot a lot of products for bike brands. So I just wanted a bit of a corner where it doesn't really ruin it if I just put boxes. We have a little trolley, so we're going to run a podcast from this space, which we're going to show you. But it's easier for lights and stuff if we have like our HDMI cables just available on this trolley, because at the moment we're running some tripods for cameras and we haven't got everything in like a permanent setup. So this just got some lights, some little clamps, some cables, some battery chargers and stuff like that. So that's just going to live here for the time being. And let's show you the lounge area. Isn't it great? So some people, when they walk in, they ask, well, it seems like they've got like a home from home. And I kind of get it. Like, I mean, I don't need to have a chill out space. Like, it's a small room. And this is a small space to sit. But sometimes when my wife comes with my daughter, she'll want to watch something on Disney while we work or do something. So this is nice for her. But mainly, this area is designed so that we can spin things around and create another set. From this studio, we want to run 3 channels. This one, the Luke Michael James channel, which is going to be focused on cycling, but also a channel that my wife and I are going to start together, which is focused around wrestling. So it's a passion of ours and we've loved it for the last sort of 5 years. And we want to be able to use this setup, spin it around, use the telly as some kind of backdrop because we have the sound panels on the wall, and then we can have like a secondary set. So this is going to be technically set 2. I know it's just a corner of a room, but you know, it can be cozy and homely while we have it set up like this, and then when we want to turn it around and create another set, we can do. Nice and simple. And it was relatively cheap to do everything here, and it looks quite cozy. That's set 2. Let's show you set 1, which is the middle of the room. This is the key focal point, I guess, when you walk in. The first thing you see is the LMJ with the illuminated backlit LEDs. This is just acoustic paneling, so there's just 4 600mm panels. My dad was very kind and came and helped. It's just some like 4 screws to hold this whole thing together onto the wall, which sounds bad, but they're really lightweight, so it's fine. But yeah, this was the aesthetic I wanted, along with this countertop. This was kind of the only thing I had fully visible in my mind when I came in and saw this room initially. I wanted to have this sort of high countertop sort of space, so that in the middle of the room, so that we can have people around, you know, if you want to come in for a coffee or just hang out, or people doing some work, some freelancer friends of mine, we can all spend time at this desk, or I can be at my desk while other people are here, and they can you can eat, you can work, you can do lots of different things. But it's also good for this type of video where you can present. We can do top-down shots, as we have the Pixar Pro Auto Pole. So we will have a top-down shot. We can do unboxings from here. We can do top-down for YouTube, and I can present this to camera A, which is just behind you, Alex. So That side of the room, we have the backdrop for the podcast, for lots of nice videos that we want to make with the LMJ logo. This side is more based on product photography. So we have a colour armour, which we can change the colours on, backdrop, so white and black. And this is where I can do a lot of product photography. I won't get this down now, but it's very handy. We will have a big whiteboard on the wall here soon, and then camera A sits from this side, and this is a FX3, currently rigged up with Sennheiser MKE 600, I think it is. Yeah, MKE 600, 16 to 35 on there, built out as like a cinema rig at the moment, but it's just gonna be nice and simple to stay here and shoot the A-cam. We have lights currently on a C-stand here with just a Neewer softbox. So this is a large parabolic softbox. I think this is the 65 centimeters. I think it is. And the light is a Godox VL150. However, we are planning on changing these. This will be like a secondary light, and the main light will be a Amaran F22 square panel, much smaller, more compact, lightweight, and it can hang from the roof. So we can have a top-down camera, a boom mic and a light, potentially another key light, some tube lights, and then we can really customize what we can shoot in this space. So the idea really is, in just these two spaces, we can shoot quite a lot of different angles, quite a lot of different sets can be set up and made for different channels in a small room. That was always important because I don't have the money to rent a big building. One room within a business centre was kind of the budget I had, but I always was worried about the limitations. So when we put this together, we really thought about how we could make the most out of it. That is sort of shooting areas and storage. Now we have where all the magic happens across here, our editing area. So again, it's just down the corridor from the main set. This is my desk. Currently have the podcast arms set up on the tables just to keep the cables out of the way, but they will usually sit on this or at the set in the corner. I don't currently have a mouse because it's being used by our trusty friend Tom. But this is my desk. It is it is a sit stand, it's just an IKEA desk. We have two of them in the office, and although you can spend 1,200 quid on a really posh one, I mean, I think it looks quite nice, to be honest. And yeah, it's a walnut. The thing, Tom's actually tall enough to be able to
work.
Yeah, it looks good, man. I like it. We'll show you Tom's desk first. At the moment, this is set up for two purposes. Tom's obviously having to edit, and we use the BenQ monitor here to edit videos. He's working on something for Bicycle at the moment, which is looking really cool. We have it set up so we can literally plug one cable into a laptop and everything works. So all the cables run through the back of here underneath. But we also have the podcasting set up here. So this is the Rodecaster Duo. We have all of that running through here as well. So you don't actually need the computer to run this setup. We can plug the microphones directly into the Rodecaster, which outputs directly into this, which is a Blackmagic Atom Mini Pro, sorry. We have 4 HDMI inputs, the audio input, HDMI out, which runs into this monitor separately to the computer. And then from the USB port, we just run a Samsung T9 SSD, and then we can record directly. We just press the button. Alex, you can see all 3 camera angles on this monitor, and we don't need a computer, so it's really handy. We can get things recorded, edited, and up really fast because there's minimal editing when Alex is pressing the buttons and changing the cameras live and in real time. So that is the editing desk and podcast desk. So we have a nice amount of space on both. So this is my desk. This is where I do a lot of my calls as well as my editing and everything I need to do for YouTube as well. I have the Apple Studio display. I just went with the Studio display because I didn't feel like I needed the Pro XDR. This is very similar actually to the display which is in the 27-inch iMac. It might even be the same, but I'm pretty sure it's slightly updated. So I use that. That is running from my M2 Max 16-inch MacBook Pro, and this might just be me. I might just think this is cool, and it might have been available for a lot of people for a long time. But essentially, as long as I run this Thunderbolt port from the display into the laptop, I don't need to plug it into charge, and I don't need to plug anything else into this, and I don't need a dock. I can just plug my hard drive straight into the display. It charges the laptop, and it also means that connects all of my peripherals to the laptop. I thought that was really cool, and yeah, it's probably been a thing for a long time, but yeah, it helps me a lot because I can just plug straight in here, and it saved me £500 on a dock, which I thought I was going to have to buy. Most important part of the office next, fridge. It's not full of beer, sadly. I wanted it to be full of beers, but we have some drinks in here. This originally, actually, was going to be in the set wall. The idea I had was to have almost like a kitchen top. So we could have a coffee machine, we could have some props on here and some more plants like we have here. But actually, in reality, first of all, it was going to cost me too much money. Secondly, this is a bit of a pain, this conduit that runs the whole way around. I'm not a fan of it, but I can't really get rid of it because it's only a rented space or a leased space. So the reality was that this was going to come out quite a fair way to have a fridge in here and some storage. So I opted to have more space because it's already, I think we're at capacity already. So the fridge lives down in the corner. It's very, very helpful. We get through a lot of drinks. That's that. And then the bin is here as well. Hello, would you like to put some things in there? Hello. Anyway, just a couple of lights sat here. I don't know why. Pegboard here, Tour de France accreditation, some gifts from the Tour de France drone, some bits that I wanted to keep out but don't really know what to do with. Here we have a selection of some of the cameras. Some of the cameras are in use, but we have some lenses. We've got, we will dive into the gear a little bit more in another video, but we run two FX30s, an A7 IV, an A9 III for photography, and the FX3, which we've already shown you. That's the main cam for projects, for video projects. We have the Holy Trinity, so we have the 2470, the 1635, and the 70-200 G Master Mark IIs. I did spend the extra money on the Mark IIs purely because they're lighter, more compact, and when you're traveling and shooting bikes and going around races, it really does help. So we have some light lenses. This is the 52.5G. This is really good when you're on the bike. These Tamrons also, you don't have to worry too much when you're taking this. You can ride with these strapped to you. And you can take nice pictures, and you don't have to worry that you're going to ruin £3 worth of glass. Tamron picture quality is also very good. So that's the shelf. We have printer, bags, extra storage of stuff. Just, yeah, boring. Also boring. Cabinet, office cabinet, some boxes, files that I haven't sorted. This is all just where the stuff that I don't really know what to do with gets put. We have an IKEA tool kit, which actually was really, really helpful, wasn't it? This helped us with basically everything we've bought, because every piece of furniture in this whole office basically is from IKEA, including this. So yeah, extra storage, some old drives. We are still using hard drives. Now this needs to change. I do need to update this and go to a NAS. However, I also need to do a lot of research into what's best, how to set it up, which RAID system to set it up in, and yeah, it's a lot of money. So that will be a big investment that the company does relatively soon. But for now, I need to sort of figure out what to do with that. Some blackout curtains on here and some soundproofing egg cup things up there. That's really uneven metal. So, I mean, I just did it so that from afar it doesn't look so bad. The reality is, it's not that bad in here for sound, not now, but this is just a big window. So outside you can see it'll probably blow out like crazy. But yeah, it's just a big window. So we've put these curtains at the back so we can control the light in here. And I think it looks really good. But this is the sort of like the most functional part of the office. This is my Peli case that I take when I'm shooting abroad. It's ready with filters and weather covers and stuff like that. However, I can just grab something from any of these drawers or this and pop it in, ready to go, and then I can be straight off and out if I remember to. But if, for example, I have a shoot tomorrow, before I leave, I will pack what I need in here, and it's all in one case, which is handy. That's the case. These are the drawers in which everything lives. So this, for those who like organisation, you're either going to love or hate this because I don't know how tidy it is. But top drawer, as you would probably expect if you're a photographer, is batteries, charging. Everything's organised. I have plugged an extension lead and stuck it inside, so you can have, I have an Anchor charging brick, which is a fast charger, and a couple of USB-A ports on this as well. The great thing about this is you can just switch it off and on, so you don't have to worry about burning down the office when you're outside. This is cables and audio. So we have a HDMI, we have some things for live streaming, so a Camlink, an Elgato, that is a HD60S Plus. Yeah, so we have USB-C, it's all organised. It doesn't look organised, but it is. Everything's USB-C here, USB-A to micro, USB-A to C. Anything white goes in this one. Drawer 3 is GoPros, and then anything which is to do with camera mounting and mounts in general. So we have some friction arms, which we'll probably have maybe, I've only got 1 or 2 of these now, we've got some more coming, just for building out stuff. And then this is miscellaneous. So we have some old filters, a flash, an audio interface, an old flash battery, you know, extra spigots, 1/4-inch screw threads, extra battery chargers that come with cameras, cables that I can't classify, like a printer cable, and an extension which I've stuck some double-sided tape to, but doesn't reach above these little lumps where the screws are in. So that's that. Area for stuff that just needed to be somewhere. So Ronin S. Oh yes, this little Jody's gone walkabouts. That's probably Nora, to be honest. So yeah, a few more bits from cycling. Picture of my wife that I took. Book that I keep for pictures from. There's Mum. That's nice. Yeah, there's Al. There's Alex. Your hair's nearly as good as that now. Look how little she was. She was so small. And now, anyway. So yeah, little picture book there. And down the side of here is where I chuck, like, this is where stands live. These stands just sort of go up and over into that corner. So yeah, that's all of that. You may have noticed that we have quite a lot of foliage. So we have fake plants everywhere because the room, I just felt like the room was a little bare without it. And as you can see, as you're now looking, this room does not look anywhere near as good when you look that way as to when you look this way. So we'll do the ending of the video over here. If you've enjoyed the studio tour, then please hit that thumbs up button. Let me know in the comments as well, what's your favourite part of the studio. Smash that subscribe button to be part of this community. Until the next video, take care of yourselves, and I'm bald.